Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we're doing a reading from the car. So this is going to be a rough one for everybody involved. I hope you guys stick around. Don't have any space, but I felt like doing a reading, so here we are, and this is how it's going to be, alright? I hope that nobody strange pops up in that window reflection, because that would certainly, that would scare the shit out of me. Okay, guys, so I'm going to be doing a Divine Masculine update. Twin flames, okay, this is just going to be what's going on with your masculines, the Divine Masculine Collective, what their head and their heart space is like, and then any actions that they're going to be taking towards the future. Okay, so this is very much going to be, you know, October kind of energy, right? This is an update for October. Okay, so we'll take a look and see what's going on energetically. We'll start with them, and again, I definitely apologize for the car, but I feel like getting the message out is important, so let's get to it. All right. So, dear spirit guides, beings of love and light, please surround me as I do this tarot reading for the masculine collective for twin flames. So, what energy are the masculines going through at this time? Let's see what I can get for you guys. Some energy for the masculines here. Maybe there's an energy of sitting in cars in 95-degree weather. So, the first card that we have for the masculines is, if you can see that, it is the Ten of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to keep this here for a little bit because there's not going to be any place for me to put them down for you to see. But Ten of Swords talks about endings, okay? So this is them going through a mental ending, some sort of cycle in their life, 10 completions, October, right? This pigeon, in case you can see that, that's a pigeon. That pigeon is absolutely fucked up, reminds me of me at 21. And this pigeon here is not going anywhere, okay? The Ten of Swords has a finality to it. There's nothing really going to be working out. So the masculines here are going through some kind of ending in their life where something has really occurred, caused a lot of pain, caused a lot of heartbreak in some degree, and it's just been a mentally tough time for them, okay? So they've been maybe a little bit more negative, pessimistic, but the Ten of Swords, because it is this ultimate, final kind of ending towards this part of their life, it does actually allow something brand new to come forth, okay? So we'll see what I can pick up after that card here. What else energy we got going on for the masculines this month, energetically? Okay, we have the Three of Cups, okay? So these are puffins, all right? And I know nothing about puffins, other than that they're basically like little penguins. And Three of Cups talks about celebration, guys. Talks about rejoicing, having parties, celebrating some kind of good news, something coming together. So something that that the masculines energetically have been dying to feel, okay? This is about feeling lively, feeling energetic, feeling joyful, being surrounded by friends and good company, okay? So after this Ten of Swords energy, it talks about the masculines getting into this place of almost celebration. So as things end for them, like I was saying before, it allows new beginnings to happen. It allows new adventures, new people to be met. So this energy of freshness, of good news, of celebration. So there is probably something coming the masculine's way that will allow them to rejoice. Okay, and the Three of Cups after the Ten of Swords, to me, kind of talks about some spiritual rejuvenation, right? You go from this mental anxiety, this mental place of destruction and death, and then you go into sort of Three of Cups energy, which is very freeing and happy, okay? So it's that sometimes things need to die in order for there to be a rebirth of some kind, okay? So we have the Three of Cups there to talk about their energy, so that's good news for them. Let's see what else I can get going on for the masculine's energy. I've never done a reading in a car before, so I want you guys to let me know just how awkward it is for you. It's certainly awkward for me. We have the Star card, okay? So the first major arcana. Star card talks about healing, it talks about hope. I think you can see that. It is a pearl, clam with a pearl in it, and the lighthouse in the background, so symbolizing the faith and the hope that people are, of course, the masculines are hoping for, okay? So this is a healing period for them. This is like a rejuvenation, okay? And this also, to me, speaks a lot about health. So masculines that have been feeling sick, feeling down, again, spiritually and physically depressed or down to some degree, this talks about there being of rejuvenation or an opening for healing coming in for the masculine. So the Star card talks about just kind of on a metaphysical level, the masculine's kind of healing, like going through this spiritual clearing, these blockages being lifted, that their sort of chakra centers being cleared out, okay? So the masculines are making some pretty big changes, and I think the changes are sort of been forced upon them, so they don't really have a choice at this point. That's kind of what the Ten of Swords is about. Because naturally people would avoid the Ten of Swords if they could, but the masculines, those naughty bastards, they didn't do it. So they're kind of going through the works, right? So the Star card talks about healing and hope and rejuvenation of some kind. So this is a cleansing period for them. And of course the lighthouse is traditionally a symbol of sort of what is it, like ships would look at a lighthouse and they know to stay clear, right? Because so it's safety, right? So it's about feeling safe, and about moving away from danger, okay? So they are moving in a good direction. It's more healing for them, okay? And I'm going to get one more card for their energy. So what else do I have for their energy? Spirit. I feel like I'm going to look over to my left and see somebody just staring at me. Staring at me doing a reading. Alright, so we have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, that's a tortoise, okay? I hope so. Otherwise, it's a fucked up turtle. But this tortoise here, Terry the tortoise, which is the only acceptable name to ever name your tortoise. And if, by the way, you do own a tortoise, please seek mental help. Anyway, the masculine's energy, Nine of Pentacles, this is grounded energy. So after this period of Ten of Swords, rejoicing, this is a feeling of getting what they need. Nine of Pentacles is about living in comfort, and the tortoise represents a slow-moving, steady energy. So it's been taking a long time for them to get to this energy, but it is actually coming into them this month of October. You know, 15, 16 days left of October. I don't know how many days are left. I don't even know how many days are in this month, but 31, that's how many. I just figured it out. But anyway, Nine of Pentacles, okay? Grounded energy, coming forward with this, with some sort of grounded security, okay? So maybe they are actually making more money this month. Maybe they're actually going to be in a better position financially, but it's been a long time coming for them, okay? So it's slow moving, slow working, but they are actually getting that, you know, the tortoise is essentially arriving this month for them, even though it's been such a long time of them trying to manifest it, and of course the manifestation coming in for them, okay? So Nine of Pentacles there. So what I'm going to do now, after I sneeze, is I'm going to do the headspace for the masculines, okay? So this is how they are thinking about their feminines at this time. So, Spirit guides, what's going on with the masculines' headspace? How are they thinking about their feminines? I might sneeze again because I tried to turn on the car, but not the engine, to blow cold air. But I think it's just blowing hot dust at me, to be honest. So what's going on with the masculines' mental space? So, when it comes to the feminines, the Sun card talks about a rejuvenation, okay? And hopefully you can see that. I know the glare might be a little bit bad. That's a lemur, meditating, being at peace with itself, enjoying, relaxing, right? So, the lemur here, and the Sun card, represents a feeling of freedom, childlike innocence. So when it comes to the masculines and the way that they view their feminines in the mental space, it talks about sort of illumination. You're the bright spot in their life, especially when they're in that Ten of Swords energy. You're pretty much the only positive influence that they have. Even if they're not really talking to you, assuming that you are actually in a twin flame relationship, they're thinking about you, and the way that they think about you is a positive outlook on their life. You're the optimist. You're the one with the gentle care. You're the one with love and that nurtures them. You're the one that is able to sort of take them home and make them feel like a child again. Okay, so they're viewing you in a very freeing light. So any obstacles or burdens that once mentally sort of kept them back, you're actually, you know, to the feminines, they're making the masculines feel much more free. Okay, so if they were restricted before in their mental space, they're not now. What else can we get for the mental space? For the masculines, how are they seeing their feminines? We have the Knight of Cups. I was distracted because I don't think you guys can see. You definitely can't, but there's a bulldog with probably the biggest testicles I've ever seen in my whole life. So big. They're like Oh my god, they're like two tarantulas. Okay, anyway, Knight of Cups talks about offers. Okay, this is that romantic gesture. So the masculines are feeling very romantic at this time, feeling like they want to make gestures towards you, feeling inclined for things like poetry, writing, inspiration, art, music. They're feeling very connected to you in an emotional sense. So their mental space is very much focused on the love and affection that they have for you and how they can bring that to you. Okay, because the Knight of Cups is very dreamy. Sometimes he's kind of like considered, I guess you would call a fuckboy in 21st century terms. But you know, that means kind of like they have a hard time staying committed. But the emotions are there, the love is there. Okay, so they are feeling that towards you guys, towards the feminines here, mentally. And so you know, mentally it's sort of like they're thinking about making some offers towards you, even small ones. Again, it could just be surprises, and again, if you're in communication, it could just be, you know, some extra love and care, right? Okay, let's see what else we can get here, and then we have the Nine of Swords, and that might make a little bit of sense, because this is the anxiety and the suffering, and the late nights and the sleepless nights, and not knowing what to do, and this is, of course, if you're separated, and maybe they have financial issues, maybe they don't really know what's going on, and maybe they're not too sure about which direction to head in, and they're just worried. Okay, now if you are in a twin flame connection, and you know that your masculine's your masculine, and of course you love them, and you know that they love you, it's this feeling of not being able to know the future, and that causes them a great deal of worry, because it's very hard for them and everybody really to know how to move forward when things are very uncertain. And not only are they uncertain in political or geopolitical terms, COVID, things like that, economic terms, or the world itself is pretty much just in a weird state of confusion. You know, the world right now is kind of like a preteen trying to figure out if they want to have sex with men or girls or something. You know, it's like a weird state of just like, who the hell am I really, right? The world's kind of trying to figure itself out. As are the masculines, their mental space is sort of very anxious at this time. Okay. Wow, since I sneezed, I cannot stop. My nose is running. It's like Usain Bolt right now. But anyway, anxiety. This is a mental card to get, okay? So they do have some anxiety. They are still worried about things, and that might keep them from sort of staying in that Knight of Cups energy, maybe not the King of Cups energy, because they're not really sure how to move forward. So they have emotions, but they're still stuck in their head a lot about the connection and about the future, okay? So let's move on to the heart space here. How are the masculines feeling about their feminines? Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups, which is on top of there. It's a butterfly. Okay, so the Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. It talks about being a dream come true, so the deepest thing that they've ever wanted. So inside of their heart, there's a great pain that can only be filled and satisfied with you, the divine feminine, the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, again, wishing. So they're wishing that you would be in their life, okay, that they could see you again, that something would happen, that there would really be this wish fulfilled, okay? So whatever collective I'm reading for, these masculines actually do view you as a great wish, as something that they've always wanted, the sort of thing that intuitively in the heart space they know is the only thing that can fulfill them, right? Now the masculines know that in their heart space, but oftentimes there's this reflection in the head space. And I always noticed this, somebody who was into false twin, real twin, I noticed this, that the masculines tend to, they focus on the logical side of things. They look at some of the facts, and it's kind of like, well, that doesn't make too much sense. How can I, if there's an age difference, maybe sometimes if there's skin color, maybe a traditional background or something like that. So masculines tend to look at that logically and kind of deny their heart space, right? They deny the wish that they really want. And the feminines, I notice, what they do before they've reached some sort of conclusion or balance, just like the masculines, is that they tend to ignore all the facts and the logic, and they tend to just focus on the feeling. And so they ignore what's happening, they ignore what the current state of the relationship is, and they don't look at the facts. And so feminines can be they can go over the top, they can get too obsessed because they're not looking at how things really are. And so the masculines in their journey are brought back to this Nine of Cups so that they understand it, and the feminine, I think, is really brought back to a place of mental strength, where they understand things from a logical perspective as well. So you have to understand things from a 3D and 5D perspective. But in their heart space, they do absolutely love you guys at the deepest bottom of their heart. It's a wish fulfilled. What else do we have going on in their heart space here? We have the Two of Cups. Okay, so more. They had the Knight of Cups in their mental space. This would be underneath the Knight of Cups if this was actually on something for you guys to see instead of just in a card. But here we are. Two of Cups, soulmate energy, partnership, union, love, balance. Okay, Hermit Crab. They see you as a home. They want to move in with you. They want to live with you. They want to see you. It's the Hermit Crab energy. It's just, of course, finding a new home every time a Hermit Crab finds, or they leave the shell. I don't know how often, but maybe let's just say 4 or 5 times in their lifetime. And again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but they definitely move it at least once or twice to find something better than the old shell home that they had before. Okay, so they're looking at you guys at that home energy, looking to make balance a companionship with you guys, looking to that dating energy of a companion, friend, soulmate kind of energy. So they do see you in a very wonderful, beautiful way. And finally, what do we have for the heart space, the masculines? Okay. We have the Strength card. Okay, this is a major arcana as well, just like they had before. So major arcana, Strength card. This talks about the connection that they have to you. It does the connection requires a lot of strength. Okay, it requires a great deal of burdens, and it's like this oxen here, carrying all of these things towards, just carrying the burdens of the relationship, or carrying the connection, right? They do feel it. It requires a great deal of strength. So in their heart space, it's like they feel the connection to you. They know that they need to be stronger. They know they need to be strong for you, but you also do give them strength, okay? But the Strength card does indicate some type of persistence that they are going through. So there are struggles, legitimate struggles that they are going through inside of their heart space, but you do give them strength, and they do see you as a strong individual, maybe in many regards stronger than them, but they are carrying a lot inside of their heart right now. So again, that might make sense with some of the Ten of Swords energy, having to sort of conclude a lot of stuff to free up some of that stuff, because the Strength card is about empowering, having power. So again, you give them a sense of power for them to continue on their journey. Okay, so let's get a final sort of conclusion here, some actions coming your way. Okay, and this is for October. This is just my reading for October. I don't know if it will happen in October, but I hope that it does for some of you, and I'm sure it will. But let's take a look. So what actions are the masculines going to take towards the feminines? All right, let's see. Near future energy. What actions are they going to take towards the feminines? I just bent the hell out of that card. That's unfortunate. All right, let's take a look. What actions are they going to take towards the feminines? So we have the Seven of Cups. So this is actually about having opportunities. So there's lots of things that they're thinking about. Should I do this for the feminine? Should I do that? Can I do this? Is this will happen? Will this opportunity? Well, if this happens, then I'll do this. This is a state of confusion. Now, there's many opportunities. This talks about the desire being there to take action towards you, but they're not sure which avenue to pursue, which opportunity is right for them. If they take this job, will that get them closer to you? If they do this, will that get away from you? Maybe there's other people involved and they're not entirely sure about which one to choose. Seven of Cups is a confusing energy, so while there's many opportunities, there's almost too many. So right now, they're trying to decide what best action to take towards you, how to do that, how to take care of themselves, who to choose, right? It's different for everybody. It's a general reading. But they're more confused right now at this present time. So we'll get 2 more cards to see what's going on. Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords. So some of your masculines are sort of, again, next to that Seven of Swords, this is another 7, or next to Seven of Cups, this is 2 7s. So Seven of Swords is kind of about being sneaky. It's kind of like hiding away. Sometimes it's about deceit, sometimes about theft, lying, things like that. But what this is kind of talking about for the masculines is that the masculines are sort of hiding in their hole, right? As far as actions, they're not really sure how to spring out. Now, this is a meerkat, I'm pretty sure. And a meerkat, if you've ever watched Animal Planet at 2 a.m., they don't really spend too much time outside. They're always very near their hole, okay? And they hang out there. They pop in and out. They go around their little goddamn home, and they just wiggle around and do all that kind of other shit that they do, right? And so the meerkat represents this sort of energy of like trying to like kind of like do things in a sneaky way because they're not really sure how to be open with everything yet, okay? So It doesn't necessarily have to be like something terrible, like they're cheating on you or anything like that. It could just be that, you know, they're not trying to be, they're trying to keep some things hidden. They're trying to stay in their hole because, again, they're not sure. They're very confused right now with that Seven of Cups energy. So don't look at it as the worst possible scenario. Certainly they could be lying, and certainly does talk about them not telling you everything. But mostly next to Seven of Cups, it talks about just not being sure about where to head. So they themselves are kind of like hiding. They're not really sure how to make things work. So what else can I get for actions towards the feminines? What actions are these masculines taking? So far we have Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords. So that doesn't really talk about them taking really any action. It's more about sort of preliminary stages. But let me see what I can get for a final card here. This one falling out. I'm going to pull something after this, but this is a major arcana. This is the High Priestess, okay? So this is a secret. Next to Seven of Swords, there are secrets. There might be some secrets that they're keeping from you, but this is largely a secret from the universe, okay? This is about trusting your intuition and sort of paying attention to your dreams and kind of like, see that moon in the background, so some things are uncertain. So right now, the spirit, the universe, God, whatever thing you say to make your ego feel better about being alive, whatever it is, the thing is being hidden, okay? You're not allowed to know at this time. Not being allowed to know doesn't mean that you're stupid, ignorant, or that they're doing anything bad. It just means that there are some things that have to happen and play out before both parties can truly know the state of things, the state of affairs, and how the future is going to play out. Okay, so as a major arcana, it just talks about things being really uncertain at this time, and that causes a lot of, well, it causes a lot of their Nine of Swords energy in their mental space, and it causes for you guys maybe some of the similar energy. But finally here, we have the Page of Pentacles. So it is slow moving. That does make sense with those kind of three cards. So this is the Page of Pentacles, but it does talk about there being an increase in prosperity and moving forward into a direction of sort of stability, okay? So right now, it seems like the masculines are planning some things out. This is about taking careful steps in order to have a real legitimate sort of meeting and a come forward, okay? They do want to come forward. They do want to meet you guys. They do want to be the best that they can for you, but it's a slow moving kind of energy. So this is like an action of like small offers, small careful steps leading towards one big meeting. So right now it's kind of October energy. There might not be a lot of action for you guys, but moving into November, you might start to see more real legitimate steps that the masculines are taking, okay? And that will lead to, of course, a union. All right, guys? So I hope this reading helped. If you guys want a private reading, anything like that, or just need to email me, whatever, all the information is in the description box, or sometimes I comment stupid shit underneath my video. Either way, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.